So essentially, I'm awakening right now to this new reality where there's no need to be a perfectionist or put that pressure on myself because there's no fear of messing up now. So recently, what I've been working on is on creating things. Say there's something that is unwanted that you're like, oh, I wish I could just delete that. So that's what I've been doing is deleting things. So things that can't be deleted, but I'm deleting it anyway. So it's a really crazy concept. So I guess I was like, well, if I can create things kind of out of thin air, I can just like, shift the energy instantly, then why couldn't I uncreate something? Because it's the same thing, it's an energy shift. So you're doing an energy shift when you're creating something, and then it's the same thing to uncreate something. You're shifting the energy. So it's been really interesting. It actually came upon me. I wasn't even really trying to do this, to uncreate things particularly, but something happened where I was like, oh man, I wish I could delete that. And I did. And so that put me on this path that I guess I've been on the past month or so, but really not even. It's been pretty recent that I'm just now. It took me this whole time to actually find out that I had deleted this thing. So this whole time I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice to delete it? And I did a little experimentation on my own. So essentially what it was is I sent an email to someone. It was totally fine, but they never responded. And so that made me feel, so in the email I was putting myself out there a little bit. So I moved to a new place and I don't know anybody around here. So I went to a class and I met someone and we had emailed a little bit. And so I emailed after one of the classes, after I had taken a few classes, and I emailed, hey, let me know if you want to hang out sometime. Let's be friends. And really casual, not a big deal. But anyway, never got a response. So, so I was like, oh man, either she didn't see it or she's just ignoring me. So I was like, I don't want to make things awkward, so I'm just going to take it back. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, I just want to pretend that I didn't send that and just start over. And so I don't feel like, what's the word? So I don't feel rejected. And it really, honestly, in this process, I realized actually more about that, but that's kind of a separate thing. But anyway, going back to uncreating, the concept of how uncreating something that we don't want. So I was like, let me just delete this. So I almost just started, I don't want to use the word pretending. I started just living as though it was deleted, so it didn't happen. I almost imagined briefly that it just got lost somehow, or got lost or buried in her inbox, or she never saw it. Something very simple. I almost feel like if you're applying this to something else, just imagining something that's believable so that you believe it, but also super simple, no big deal. So it was believable that could have been the case, and then super simple. I didn't spend any time bending over backwards to visualize, or I didn't do any processes. I just was like, oh, maybe she just didn't see it and it got buried in her inbox, and I'm like, that possibility feels good to me and I'm gonna jump on that. So it's almost like I leaned into that possibility that felt good to me, that I was like, this feels good. So then I think it just shifted my energy around that, because then all of a sudden I didn't feel like awkward seeing her. And I felt like totally fine and normal, as if everything was fine. And I no longer felt like that rejected feeling or that awkward feeling. It was back to ground zero, back to a neutral point. And so I was doing that, just, no, I choose this and then that's it. And I pretty much didn't turn back every once in a while, because basically a whole month went by after this. So before I actually found out whether she saw it or not. So I had a month of just really not knowing and just trusting myself, I guess. So there were moments here and there where doubt would creep in. There were moments where I would be like, oh, wait, what if she did see the email and she just totally ignored me? Or she just doesn't want to be friends with me. But honestly, at the end of the day, I think I had set in motion this other possibility that felt good to me. And the fact that it felt so good made me want to believe it and want to trust it. It made me lean into it, so that I had a stronger correlation to that than I did to the previous, I guess, perception of the whole thing of, oh, this is awkward. So I was going along with that. And then a month later, after we had seen each other a bunch of times and everything was fine and normal, and then I found out, she didn't bring it up, but I found out in a roundabout way that she had never seen it. Because in the email, I had told her only one thing I had mentioned in the email. And just randomly when we were talking one day, she asked me a question that totally indicated that she hadn't seen the email, because the answer was in that email. And it was just a simple thing. So in that moment anyway, I realized, oh my gosh, I deleted it. And not only that, but the universe was now giving me the evidence. I didn't even ask for it. I wasn't even trying to find out. Did she see it? Did she not at all? I let it go. And it was so wild. I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. So that kind of encouraged me, because it made me realize, oh wow, so I don't have to be, because honestly I've struggled my whole life with being a perfectionist, and it can be very fulfilling at times and paralyzing, especially when there's something you really care about, whether it be, I don't know, work related or a project or career related, whatever, or even just relationships. I don't know, if you have a crush on someone or you're dating someone, it's like, oh my gosh, I would feel so self-conscious all the time and I have to be perfect. And I just, in so many environments, I just felt that constant pressure. And I think underlying that is the fear of messing up, right? Because it's like, if you didn't have that fear of messing up, then you wouldn't feel the pressure to be perfect. So essentially, I'm awakening right now to this new reality or this new concept or experience of life, where there's no need to be a perfectionist or put that pressure on myself, because there's no fear of messing up now. So previously there was that underlying feeling of, oh my gosh, I can't relax or loosen up or take the pressure off, because I have to be perfect all the time. Because if I'm not, then something will go awry. You know what I mean? And then I'll regret it. It's like this fear of regretting something, and then fear of messing up and having to face the consequences for that. I think this is just on so many levels, but essentially the whole premise underneath that is that everything is set in stone. You get one chance, in the sense of, in every moment, everything you do has an effect that matters. It's the idea of, I have to be perfect, because if I'm not, then things won't go my way, or they won't go according to plan, or they won't go well, or whatever. It's like this, it's just a controlling mechanism, really. Because at the end of the day, even when you're being a perfectionist, still everyone makes mistakes and things happen that are outside of your control. But anyway, it's all just connecting for me now, because I always lived my life that way before. in the belief that there's no deleting anything. Once something is it's done, once you create something in your reality, whatever that may be, and this is just even living your life, once you do anything or say anything or write anything, literally anything you do, the concept that nothing can be undone. So I think that's why I was operating from this space of trying to control everything and being type A and perfect, and because that made it easier, it helped to hedge a lot of the perceived risk of just being relaxed and casual and no big deal, just saying what you want, doing whatever you want. Everything, I was just so calculated with everything. For instance, before sending an email to anybody, I'd like triple check it. I'd like proofread it a bunch of times. Well, especially work related.